जनमानस सुकृत सल्लाप सुखतम कर्णै संस्तुत रूपा सज्जन मानस सुकृत सल्लाप सुखतम कर्णै संस्तुत रूपा दुर्जन दुर्मति दोष दुरापा दुरित निवारण दिव्य प्रतापा दुर्जन दुर्मति दोष दुरापा दुरित निवारण दिव्य प्रतापा समरस भावन भारत साम्राज्य शश्वदखिल सौभाग्य वितरण शमदम करुणा शांत विवरण शश्वदखिल सौभाग्य वितरण शमदम करुणा शांत विवरण विश्वकृतानंद गीताभरण विश्वकृतानंद गीताभरण विदित जयानघ वाग्वर शरण विश्वकृतानंद गीताभरण विदित जयानघ वाग्वर शरण समरस भावन भारत साम्राज्य स्वीकृत तनय
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram and a warm welcome to yet another wonderful episode of our international talk series Kuchipudi Amritham, organized by Kuchipudi Kalaa Kendram under the able guidance of Kalaa Ratna Guru Srimati A.B. Bala Kondala. Following our tradition, I deem it an honor and privilege to read a few lines about my revered Guru, Balaka. Guru Srimati Bala Kondala Rao Garu, who's fondly called as Balaka, not just in the Kuchipudi dance field, but in the Indian classical dance field, is one of the legendary exponents of Kuchipudi dance of her times. She is one of the senior most disciples of Padma Bhushan, Guru Dr. Vempati Chinnasatyam Master Garu. And Balaka has more than 55 years of dancing and teaching experience in the field of Kuchipudi. Balaka has started her journey as a 9-year-old girl in the Gurukula system at her alma mater, the Kuchipudi Art Academy, Madras. And at the tender age of 14, was appointed as an assistant teacher to her master Garu. Balaka was very instrumental in the choreographies of Master Garu and many solo items and dance drama productions that have come from the Kuchipudi Art Academy through the thought and the mind of Vempati Master Garu were through Balaka as his disciple. Balaka has not just nurtured thousands of students in her own dance academy, but also has nurtured hundreds of dance students of Master Garu also being his assistant teacher in the Kuchipudi Art Academy, Madras. Post her marriage, Balaka has shifted to the port city of Visakhapatnam, where she served as the principal for the sister organization of Art Academy, the Kuchipudi Kalakshetram. And in the year 1997, she established her own dance institution, the Kuchipudi Kala Kendram. Coincidentally, Kuchipudi Kala Kendram is celebrating 25 years of its establishment when India is celebrating 75 years of Indian independence. Isn't that wonderful? Balaka has choreographed more than 200 solo items and 30 dance drama productions, many of which have traveled to the nook and corner of the world. Balaka has been conferred on many prestigious awards and recognitions, some of them being the Central Sangeet and Natak Academy Award by the Sangeet and Natak Academy, New Delhi, Kalaa Ratna Award by the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Rajiv Gandhi Award by Andhra University, Best Teacher Award by Madras Music Academy, Chennai, and Best Choreographer Award also by the Madras Music Academy, Chennai. And these are just to name a few. Not just in nurturing students, but Balaka was also the teacher to more than 125 dance teachers who belonged to the traditional families of Kuchipudi when her guru, Vempati Master Garu, conducted teachers training refreshment courses in the Kuchipudi village under the aegis of Government of Andhra Pradesh to get all the Kuchipudi dance gurus onto one platform and make the Kuchipudi dance pedagogy unique. On this note, I welcome my revered guru, Balaka, for today's episode of Kuchipudi Amritham. Namaskaram, Balaka. Swagatam.
Namaste, Amma.
Thank you so much, Balaka, for being a part of this Kuchipudi Amritham. And it is all under your guidance that we have wonderful guests coming to our episode and wonderful things happening on our episode. And the undocumented annals of Kuchipudi history are being documented here in the Kuchipudi Amritham through the lives and journeys of the Kuchipudi maestros. Thank you so much, Balaka, for making this possible. We have a wonderful guest heroes. Kuchipudi Amritham anna peru Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav nunchi vachindi. Manandariki Amritam Kuchipudi. Manandariki Talli Kuchipudi. Kani ee roju mana guest ఆమె పేరు మార్టినా. ఆమె పుట్టింది ఫ్రాన్స్ లో. కానీ బాలక ఆమెకు పెట్టిన పేరు మధోలిక. మధు అంటే అమృతం. తన పేరులోనే అమృతాన్ని ఇముడ్చుకొని చూడడానికి అమృతం లాగా ఉండి మాట్లాడేది అమృతం లాగా ఉంది. తన మనసులో కేవలం కూచిపూడి మాత్రమే కాదు, భారతీయ సంప్రదాయం సంస్కృతుల మీద కూడా అమృతం అంతటి ప్రేమని నిబిడీకృతం చేసుకున్న ఒక మంచి మనిషి, ఒక మంచి ఆర్టిస్ట్ ఈ రోజు మనందరికి గెస్ట్ గా రావడం అన్నది చాలా సంతోషమైన విషయం. Her name is Madholikha. Madhu means Amritam. She has Amritam in her name. She looks like Amritam, and the respect and the love that she has for Indianness and Kuchipudi is also Amritam. What more perfect blend of Kuchipudi Amritam and another Amritam from France, whose soul is always in India, just the body is in France. What better we can have for this episode of Kuchipudi Amritam. Thank you so much, Balaka, for making this possible. But before we show our guest to you, a few lines about our guest, Martina Bozoyan. Martina Bozoyan started classical ballet dance at a tender age of 4. And she was learning this classical ballet dance in France for more than 10 years. She also practiced many folk dances at schools, but her innate interest was always in classical music and traditional world music. Being a teenager, she practiced dance de salon, a tango, rock and roll, tap dance, jazz, and modern dance. And after she came to the university, she participated in many contemporary dance productions and programs and different styles like American style and French style. She also became a sport teacher for 4 years at the university level. And her journey to India started when she got a scholarship from Foreign Affairs Ministry for staying in India, an Indo-French scholarship to be very precise. She started her journey in India initially by learning Bharatanatyam under her guru, Shri Muthuswamy Pillai Master Garu. And she also learned Kuchipudi starting in Chennai from Vempat Chinnasatyam Master Garu. It was later that Martinakka found her lifetime guru, her mentor, her guide, her philosopher, and more than everything, a family member and elder sister in Balaka. And she started on her journey to Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, where Martinakka found a second home, a dance school, and more than everything, a soul space to satisfy her Indian thirst. Martinakka learned from Balaka for more than a decade, and she has also passed a diploma course in Kuchipudi dance under the guidance of Balaka. Martinakka works in France, an accounting job that she does, but her heart is always in the Indian dance. Not just this, but Martinakka has performed in many prestigious programs in India and also in France. She has given many lecture demonstrations and workshops, and some important programs that she has done in India, we will be talking about further in the interview. And not just that, but most importantly, Martinakka is very well versed in Sanskritam, Tamil, Telugu, and not just well versed when I say she can write it, read it, and speak it. And when you see the lipi of Martinakka when she writes the Indian languages, each letter looks like a pearl. That shows her in-depth devotion to what she has learned and what she understood. Very, very happy to have you, Martinakka, with us today for our episode. I humbly request Balaka to welcome Martinakka for today's episode of Kuchipudi Amritham.
Hello, Martin.
Namaskaram, my beloved Balaka as guru, my beloved Balaka as everything for me. Thanks a lot, Malyada, for the marvelous introduction. Thanks a lot, Aditya, for welcoming me so nicely in your other room, home, that Kuchipudi Amritham. I am so happy, so glad. I'm so honored to be part of this Kuchipudi Amritham. And emotionally, I am really, really happy. I feel I've seen you just yesterday. It's very incredible. And Malada, you are right. My heart is really deeply with you all every day, every night, though we are not speaking each other so much because of our common life duties. Thanks a lot.
Martina name Madholikha.
Yeah, thank
Kuchipudi
you.
Amritham. ఈ అమృతానికి ఆ అమృతపు పేరు ఇంత చక్కగా అన్వయించబడింది అంటే అందులో ఉన్నదే, కానీ వెలికి తీసి చెప్పడం, దాని గురించి ఆ భావన తెలియచేయడం చాలా సంతోషం మాలేదా. ఎంత చక్కటి ఉపమానం. వెరీ
Thanks,
నైస్. యా,
Thanks, really.
So much, Balaka. Thank you so much, Martinakka. Aditya, నువ్వు కూడా మార్టినక్కని ఫార్మల్ గా ఇన్వైట్ చేయ ఆదిత్య.
Namaste.
Hi, my brother.
Very, very happy to see you here in Kuchipudi Amritham Talk Show.
Yeah, so happy, so happy.
Yeah.
I think my cheeks are stucking here, you know.
Yes, I don't want to be a very formal today, so
Yeah.
You stayed here for a super years. I guess it's something like a 5 years plus. So I can't say like you are a student of Balaka. You really made a very, very, very good relationship between our family. Yes, I would like to tell you once again, we welcome you to our Kuchipudi Amritham Talk series. Please share your few of your experiences with our audience. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Aditya. I'm so happy how the Kuchipudi Kendram became as your own grown-up, Aditya, Srihari, of course, Malyada, and speaking so nicely, making these schools blossom like anything so beautifully. Sometimes I feel jealous not being able to be there with you all, but God put me in France for some reasons. I have to live here. But heartily, that is true what you said. I am really with you, even if I don't express it, but more than what you can think. Even in my dreams, you are coming still. Every day I have some pictures. I am still there. So thanks a lot. I think you picturized very well what I had as feeling to be with you.
You are
all
always in our
family.
heart, Martinakka. You are always
Really,
in our heart.
I think it's endless. I can speak about this. So you already spoke. I could understand, and very thanks.
Martinakka, a very simple example before I forget, like how you are a part of my life here, even you're physically there in France. I have to tell the audience of Kuchipudi Amritham because this is very phenomenal. I mean, this is very unique. People learn languages, people learn to drape a sari. It's difficult, I know, but Martinakka puts muggu, kolam,
Yes.
which many Indian women can't. And she just puts it out of like nowhere. And every time when Martinakka comes to India and leaves to France, Balaka makes sure that Martinakka puts it with a chalk and paints it so that next time until Martinakka comes, the columns are still with us in the Kuchipudi Kala Kendram. So you are always there, your soul is always with us here. I know you are also with us here, but physically you are there in France. But this I wanted to make a note because this is something which all of us need to know. Well, Martinakka, to start off with, we know that you started your dance career or your dance life as a ballet practitioner. You did contemporary dance, you learned French styles and all. How did it start about that Indo-French scholarship? And when did you realize that you have to go to India and that is where your heart belongs to? From that point of time, we want to know.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the remembering of the column. It was so much pleasure for me to decorate Thanks. Okay, coming to the point of your question, Malyada, um, there is something which is really still unknown from me, because from my teenage, from inner side, you start from France. In France, you have some books, and whenever I could see a picture about India, whatever it was, a monument, some people, I felt, I knew this country. I felt it was my country. I was only teenage, and I felt all these people on pictures. I knew them, of course, not deeply, but it was so close to me already in my mind. And I remember I was listening in Indian classical music, and there was a festival of Indian music which I could catch. And the first time I listened this Indian music, I can't tell you, I think it was not Indian music, it was not Carnatic. I felt the first time perfection. I said, oh my God, this is so perfect. And then started my nurturing of India through these pictures, feeling, and also because I have some roots from my parents close to Indians. So everything started coming out. But because I was in France and fond of sport, fond of competition, fond of dance, I had my inner feeling of art going into contemporary dance. So I did my university studies, as you mentioned, Malyada. Thanks for the biodata lecture you gave, explanation. And at the end of my studies, I felt I should visit this country, India, because it is so strong in me. I want to understand why. Maybe it is cultural. Maybe I will catch some pictures and nurture my own contemporary dance, because I used to love that dance as well. So I left to India just like that. Maybe you have to be only young to, without knowing anything, you just leave. Even my parents were feeling, why she's going to India? Nobody understood. So I tried to make it short. I left to India, then I tried to make it short. It was a long story, but by traveling, I met my first guru, Sri V.S. Muthuswamy Pillai, Bharatanatyam. Then like that, it started. And I started to take few classes. I was not so convinced about this Bharatanatyam dance for me. But when I came back to France, I felt this Indian dance, I was missing it so much, and also the link with my first guru. So I tried my best to go back to India in a more formal way, because for us it was difficult to get visa. And this visa was always a stress for me. All my learning, episodes in India, always feeling, oh my God, I have to go back to France. I have to go back to France. I didn't learn enough. So it's lots of stress. So I got this, as you said, Malyada, it was a competition. I got some scholarship, which couldn't be postponed so long, but by grace, I could have this scholarship for 2 years, then it's postponed 2 more years. And like that, I started my journey in India, coming to Indian dance.
Thank you so much, Akka. But you have learned Bharatanatyam first, and then you also started learning Kuchipudi. So, because this is Kuchipudi Amritham, and predominantly we want to focus on Kuchipudi dance, we would like to know what is the difference that you found in the energy level or in the technique, because you have learned ballet also, you have learned Bharatanatyam also, and finally you have settled down in Kuchipudi. It's like you found your place. It's like you found your home. So what is the thing that made you come to Kuchipudi, and what is the unique factors that made you make Kuchipudi your home?
Yes, you're exactly right. I use, as you can feel and as Akka can understand, when you love dance, you love dance with a big D. So any style you can love. But you're right, Malyada, to say that Kuchipudi became really a heartful dance for me for many reasons. First, I reached Kuchipudi because unfortunately my first master passed away. Sri V.S. Muthuswamy Pillai was very sick at that time. So I was advised to also learn Kuchipudi, because also for me, it could change my mind, because I was very close to my first guru. So I reached the Kuchipudi like that. And then I very fast, I love these steps. I love the atmosphere of Kuchipudi. And though I was beginner in master's class in Chennai, Vampati Chinna Master Garu's class, as we had to be staying there for watching the senior students, watching the items, trying also to learn in advance, not learning, just observing. He was telling you have to observe. I used to enjoy so much the music of Kuchipudi, the steps, the beauty, the grace, the fast movement, and the link between the music and the movements. And as I was always close to the music sensation, what could the music, how I could feel the music inside me, this I remember was very, very important for me. And the singing music, in the sense, very very nice to hear. I remember always this Shri Krishna Shabdam. I mean, so many music I love, and I felt like dancing on this music. So for me, it was really a blend of everything: music, dance, the graceful movement, and also the abhinayam. I really enjoy it, and I felt like learning this style very much.
Martinaka, it was so wonderful to know about your innate love for Kuchipudi that you realized once you started listening to it, seeing it, and learning it. Now, coming to another milestone in your journey, which is Balaka. You have come all the way to Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh and started learning from Balaka. And it was not just dance that we all know that you learned. It was not just Kuchipudi that you learned. You also learned about many things which are Indian, about many things which are connected to Indian household affairs. You learned about culture, tradition, and you learned so much about life, if I should wrap it up in one phrase. So, your experiences about learning from Balaka, we want to know.
Thanks. Yes. My desire to meet Balaka comes from Chennai. In the Kuchipudi Art Academy, I heard a lot from some students. I learned from Balaka. So I also felt, oh my God, I would like to also know Balaka, learn from Balaka, and the life makes me come to Visakhapatnam if I want to make it short. And finally, Aka accepted me in her school, in her home, like a Gurukulam. So I was so happy, and I even didn't know what will happen there. And when I came to Andhra Pradesh, I remember I really felt very nice. I had very nice feeling of this state, and then my journey with Aka's family started. And I was really happy to concentrate only in Kuchipudi, be only in the school, be in the school 24 hours, just melting with the school, melting with the art, melting with the Andhra, melting with India, more through this, how do you say, this opportunity that Aka gave me to live in a house. Yes. So every morning we had the senior student at that time, and evening I was also love to watch the children classes, and I enjoy so much my morning classes also with all the students who were there. I could, by preparing this interview, I could recollect so many good memories, learning the items. And as you say, Malyada, my life in Aka's house in Andhra was not only learning technically Kuchipudi, but learning also the entire life of India. And I felt it was what I needed and what nurtured me a lot. Even now, in my job now, I had some help of what I did in India, what I learned from India, and how I can use it in France now, even for other jobs. So I came to the point that you are true. Uh, everything came for me very interestingly. Oh my God, my English. Learning from Balaka, from the school, from the student, from meeting you all, even your parents, everybody. And I wanted to melt so much that I wanted to become an Indian. I knew I couldn't become fully an Indian, but I wanted to become an Indian as if I was no more French. Of course, as you know, it's not possible 100%, but I try my best.
ఒకసారి లేఖ నేర్పిస్తున్నాం. లేఖ నేర్పిస్తుంటే నేను చెప్పింది తనకు అర్థం కాలేదు. మీకు తెలిసిందే కదా, నేను గట్టిగా దెబ్బలాడాను తను. అయినా సరే పాపం తను ఆన్సర్ చేయకుండా అలాగే నుంచుండిపోయింది. ఏంటి మార్టినా చెప్పు అంటే, నో అక్క, ఐఎమ్ ట్రయింగ్. మీరు చెప్పింది నేను ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి తీసుకుని తెలుగు మాటలో, ఇంగ్లీష్ నుంచి నేను ఫ్రెంచ్లోకి అనుకుని, ఓహో ఫ్రెంచ్లో అయితే ఇది కదా ఇది అర్థం అని అనుకుని బయట తీసుకురావడానికి నాకు కొంచెం టైం పట్టేస్తుంది. నాకు నిజంగా ఆ రోజు కంట్లో నీళ్ళు వచ్చేసింది. పాపం అది అన్ని అవస్థలు పడుతుంటే అది నాకు అర్థం కాకుండా దాన్ని రెగ్యులర్గా అందరూ భాష తెలిసిన వాళ్ళే అంత కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ పెట్టడం లేదు. వాళ్ళని దెబ్బలాడేలాగా పాపం దీన్ని కూడా దెబ్బలాడేశాను అని ఐ ఫెల్ట్ రియలీ వెరీ సారీ అబౌట్ ఇట్. కానీ తనకున్న ఆ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్, ఆ భక్తి, అది కరెక్ట్ గా చెయ్యాలి అని ఆ ఎంతూజిజం అసలు అందుకే అసలు ఇలాంటి పిల్లలందరినీ ఈ మనం ఈ టాక్ సిరీస్ లో వాళ్ళ వాళ్ళ ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ అన్ని మాట్లాడించాలనే ఉద్దేశం కలగడం కారణం కూడా. చాలా చాలా సంతోషం మార్టిన్, నువ్వు చేసిన హార్డ్ వర్క్. అందరికీ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటుంది డాన్స్ మీద వీటి మీద, కానీ ఎన్ని కష్టమైనా ఒక పక్క మ్యూజిక్ కానీ, ఒక పక్క డాన్స్ కానీ, ఇంకొక పక్క ప్రతి ఒక్కటి ఇందులో. I appreciate you.
Of course, Akka, you were really the teacher who could understand not only my feelings, you could at very fast understand that I loved India, I loved the culture, I loved you, I loved the family, and you could understand what I needed to improve. And I don't know why, whatever you could understand, it was working for me. Whatever, I mean, not only good, and I don't want to say good and bad, but whatever you were doing for me, I was making me coming good for me. That I can remember very much from my heart. And you could understand my difficulties. And what was marvelous from you is I could see also, because I was watching classes, I love to watch classes, as you say, I love to be there all the time. And I could see also that from other Indian students also, you could make anybody come out, blossom, anybody become good with their personality, with their difficulties, with their qualities. And for me, it was so important that you understood me so much, because I wanted to be so much close to the art, that I wanted so much to enjoy the art, that I wanted to freedom myself to dance and to express through Abhinaya. And you could make out this Abhinaya from me. Of course, it is still not perfect, all the time practicing. But I remember you were the teacher who could take out this Abhinaya for me and understand so many things about dance, life, tradition, spiritual, everything. in Aharyam, how you were teaching me the colors, the matching, everything I could enjoy and learn from you. And I was trying to learn as much as I could because I loved it. I love you, I love the family, I loved everybody. The only stress I like a lot is my visa. I was always frightened to be able to go back to France the end of the year. That was a stress for me. And otherwise, because of you, I could learn the full repertoire. I could learn even much more than what I thought I would have learned. Ballet characters, repertoire, Masagaru repertoire, you Balaka Garu repertoire, and also so many other things I could learn. And it was really very happy for me, trying my best, learning at the last moment. I was remembering, and Akka was telling me, you have to learn. I said, Akka, I don't understand this Telugu. And I used to remember in the train, I was learning in the train just before going to the performance. But you're to challenge me, Akka, and help me. Learning this Narada character at 4 o'clock in the night. You remember you were calling me, I had to go on the terrace and learn this Narada character. I love this time, really. I loved it. I tried my best. I was never happy with myself. I wanted to learn more, faster, understand more, but I tried my best.
Not only Narada,
Yeah.
when Kuchipudi village lo Siddhendra Yogi temple ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి బాలక మీరు ఏదైనా ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయించండి అని అడిగారు. అప్పుడు నేను అనుకున్నాను ఈ సత్యభామకి ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంట్, భాషలు దేశాలు ఎల్లలు లేవు, అందుకని ఒక ఫ్రెంచ్ అమ్మాయి చేత తన సొంతగా డైలాగ్స్ చెప్పించి ఆ భామని ఆ సిద్ధేంద్ర యోగి టెంపుల్ ప్రారంభోత్సవ ప్రదర్శనలో చేద్దామని ఆదిత్యని మార్టినాను. ఆ డైలాగ్స్ చెప్పిన తర్వాత నా డైలాగ్స్ తను రికార్డ్ చేసుకుని రాత్రి అంతా బైహార్ట్ చేసేది. పొద్దున నాకు వచ్చి అప్పు చెప్తూ ఉండేది, అక్క ఇలాగైనా ఎక్కడో ఏదో ఏ మాటకి ఏ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఎలా కావాలో ఏదో చెప్తే మాటని ఎలా కాదండి మళ్ళీ ఎక్కడ అలాగా అపర సత్యభామ వేదాంత్ సత్యనారాయణ గారేంటి, పశుమతి కేశవప్రసాద్ గారేంటి అసలు ఎంత అప్రిషియేట్ చేశారంటే, ఒక ఫ్రెంచ్ అమ్మాయి మన కూచిపూడి గడ్డ మీద ఈ బర్త్ ప్లేస్ లో వచ్చే సిద్ధేంద్ర యోగి టెంపుల్ ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి తను స్వయంగా తెలుగులో మాట్లాడి చేసినందుకు అసలు హౌ దే అప్రిషియేటెడ్ యు. మార్టిన్?
Yes, I remember so much my happiness to be to step my feet on the earth of Kuchipudi, of the burning place of Kuchipudi village. I was so happy because maybe in my personality, I need to feel the atmosphere. I need to meet the people. Like Balaka, you remember you were meeting all the great gurus, and you were taking me everywhere. I was so happy because these people were coming true for me. I was hearing in Chennai, Sri Vedantam, Satyanarayana, Garu, but to see them, it was very great for me. Maybe because I'm not born here, I needed more maybe than other Indians just to feel I was there also. I met there, I saw there. And Akka, you took me everywhere, I remember. And for me, it was exactly what I needed and exactly what I wanted to live. And I was so happy, though I was jealous that I could still not understand so much Telugu, but still, to be there was such enough for me. And I never liked to be away from you, Akka. It was terrible, like a person always behind, holding your palu like a child. I wanted for you like this, it was too much close. I wanted all the time, not leaving you like that, like
అమ్మ
a child.
చెంగు పట్టుకుని బిడ్డ నడిచినట్టు అసలు తనకి వీటిలన్నిటి మీద ఎంత ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అంటే, అదే నువ్వు ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టు రోజు లేచి బాకెట్లో ముగ్గు పెట్టేది, ముగ్గుతోటి. మన పిల్లలకి ముగ్గు ఇంకా పట్టుకుని దాని దారి ఎలా వేయాలో తెలియదు ఎంతో మంది పిల్లలకి, మన ఇండియన్స్. అలాంటిది ఇక్కడ చందన వాళ్ళది ఈ అమ్మాయి వేసే స్కెచెస్ చూసి బంగారానికి డిజైన్స్ వేసిమని అడిగారు. జ్యువెలరీకి డిజైన్స్ చేస్తారు కదా, ఆ డిజైన్స్ వేయడానికి తను ఎంత బాగా డిజైన్ స్కెచెస్ వేయగలిగితే ఒక గోల్డ్ డిజైన్స్ కి ఆఫర్ ఆ అమ్మాయికి ఇచ్చారనేది ఆలోచించి చూడండి. అంటే సమ్ టైమ్స్ అమెరికా నుంచి రాక్సైన్ వచ్చిన, ఫ్రాన్స్ నుంచి ఈ అమ్మాయి మార్టినా వచ్చిన, ఒకసారి వాళ్ళిద్దరూ కంబైన్డ్ గా కలిసి రావాలనే టైంకి ప్లాన్ చేసుకుని వచ్చేవాళ్ళు. ఓ పక్క అమెరికా ఇంగ్లీషు, ఓ పక్క ఫ్రెంచ్ ఇంగ్లీషు మనకి. కానీ మన కుటుంబంలోనే పుట్టిన అమ్మాయిలాగా తను కలిసిపోవడం. ఇంకా విశేషం ఏంటంటే, ఓన్లీ నేను 3 months పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చి ఆ అమ్మాయి మన ఇంటికి అడుగుపెట్టిన అమ్మాయి 3 ఏళ్ళు అలాగే ఉండిపోయింది. అదే తను చెప్పినట్టు చూడు, చెంగు పట్టుకుని నేను వదలు నిన్ను, నేను నీతోనే ఉంటాను అని. మనకి కూడా తను ఇంట్లో ఆదిత్య, శ్రీహరి, మాలిద మీరందరూ ఎలా కలిసిపోయారో తను కూడా అలాగే కలిసిపోయింది. కాబట్టి మనకి కూడా ఏమీ ఇబ్బంది పెట్టలేదు. అందుకని ఇంకా తన గురించి మనం ఏ టేక్ కేర్ చేయాలని ఆలోచించేవాళ్ళం.
పర్సనల్ గా అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇలా అంటుంటే నాకు కూడా Martina, when Balaka used to take classes, I mean, at that point of time, she was sitting on the floor. Now what the platform is there, that was not there. So there used to be a brown diary to the left of Balaka, I still remember, where all the dance items were written. And that's all written by Martina. And when we have to recollect certain lyrics, we were little afraid to ask Balaka, oh, what will Balaka say if we forget the lyrics? So we used to quickly open that book, and she used to write the item name in red letters. She used to write the ragam in green letters. Yes. She used to write the lyrics in blue letters. I still remember the color of the pen that she used. And even we did one ballet called Sita Kalyana Ragavam for TTD. So I very personally remember she used to tell me, Malida, if you forget, you cover like this. You turn like this and you cover it out. So she used to give that personal tips also. See, when all these things, we become so nostalgic because she is a part of our Kuchipudi Kala Kendram family, and very particularly our own family also. Aditya, I want you to share your experiences performing Madhavi with Martina in the Kuchipudi village for the Siddhendra Yogi inauguration.
Yes. I have to definitely put on the record. That is like, that was my first performance in Kuchipudi. That was my first performance in Kuchipudi with Martin, where my guru gave me the opportunity to take part with Martin. She was doing Bama Kalapam, and I was Madhavi. That Vachanam and everything that was suddenly came to me because I never spoke any dialogues or said any Vachanam before. So that was like a real hard practice. As said, Amma and Martin, we were practicing at the night. Whole night we were, mostly me and Martin were doing the conversations. She done a really hard work. Martin done a really very hard work. At that time, there was a very small stage near the Siddhendra Yogi temple in Kuchipudi. I cannot at all forget the performance.
Lovely, Aditya, lovely. Martina just becoming nostalgic when Balaka is talking or Aditya is talking, when I am personally reminiscing my memories with you. Martina, we were discussing about the Bhama Kalapa performance in the Siddhendra Yogi inauguration in the Kuchipudi village. And we all have personally seen you performing Bhama Kalapam under the guidance of Balaka, but we want our audience also to see. So if you can perform our favorite Satyabhama Lekha, a small bit at least for us today. Balaka, if she can perform Satyabhama Lekha.
అవునవును తప్పకుండా. మార్టిన్, యూ కెన్ షో ద ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్. అది కొంచెం హెల్ప్ చేసి కొంచెం పాట అందిస్తే తను
Yes.
చేసి చూపిస్తుంది.
It will be wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Forgive me after so many years, but okay. I'm so happy to to try again.
श्रीमद्रत्नाकर पुत्रिका मुखारविन्द मरदपान विलोल मिलिन्दायमाना श्रीमद्रत्नाकर पुत्रिका मुखारविन्द मरदपान विलोल मिलिन्दायमाना नन्दनन्दन मुचिकूद वरदा मदरोत्तर परिहसित राका सुखाकरा सुंदर वदनारविंदुडगु श्री राजगोपाल स्वामी वारी चरणारविंदमुल को सत्य Wow.
Thanks.
Very nice, very nice.
Thanks,
Okay,
Akka,
good.
for directing.
Thank you so much. And
Oh
thank you
my
so
God,
much.
that feeling again to be into the character of Satyabhama of Lekha, which is one of my favorite item. I mean, Bama Karapam is. I felt so strange that feeling again the pleasure to try to enter again in the character. Sorry so much for the imperfection, because I know Balaka, you taught me so perfectly this item, which I loved it. So please forgive me if I couldn't give so much of what you could teach me so beautifully.
అలాగే
Forgive
లేదు
me.
మాట, చాలా బాగా చేసావు. ఒక ఫ్రెంచ్ అమ్మాయి అయ్యుండి ఇన్ని సంవత్సరాల గ్యాప్ నీ అంతట నువ్వు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుంటూ కూడా ఇంత చక్కగా దాన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నావు అంటే మేము అందరం అప్రిషియేట్ చేయాలి నిన్ను. చాలా బాగుందమ్మా.
Thank you.
వెరీ నైస్. మాలేదా మంచి క్వశ్చన్ వేసావు. అందరూ కనీసం ఒక చిన్న బిట్టైనా మార్టైన్ చేస్తే చూడడానికి. గుడ్ గుడ్, బాగా పాడేవు అది.
Thank you so much, Martina, and thank you so much, Aditya. It's like you are feeling that it's been long time that you didn't do, but it is there so much in your system
Yes.
that it is coming out by itself without your knowledge. It is so deeply rooted inside. So thank you so much, Martina, once again. You have
Thank
traveled thousands and thousands of miles. You had a journey of so many ups and downs, understanding, learning, unlearning, relearning, molding yourself, sometimes missing, sometimes not so missing. Akka, there's so much to learn from you for the younger generation, where everything is there ready on the platter, but sometimes we don't realize the value because it's there right in front of us. But people like you travel lakhs of miles and come and do so much of an inner battle to understand something which you are always thirsty for.
Exactly.
So your message to the young generation who are dance enthusiasts, to what it is to continue in this field or what it makes to learn it so that it is deep rooted in the mind, we want to hear from you.
Thank you. This is a very important point. You're completely right, Malyada. You could summarize exactly what I could feel. I can really you understood me also a lot with the words unlearn, learn, relearn, because it is exactly what happened to me. I had to unlearn my own culture, my own dance form, my old teach whatever I have learned in France, to absorb more your culture, my other culture now, my love culture also of Kuchipudi, because it, even if I wanted to try my best, for example, I remember the jump, my body was jumping as a ballet dancer because it was, as you say, Amalia, into the system, and I couldn't help. So I had to understand what makes, how can I jump like you, Malyada, like other students, because I used to say, why his jump is so different than my jump, you know. So I was asking Aka, is it, do I jump properly, because I could see my jump was different. Then slowly I had to understand how I'm trying to imitate. So you're right, Malyada, we have to unlearn to learn. And Aka, I remember you, which was a marvelous sentence from you, when you told me, when I reached your academy the first time, you told me, Martina, what is nice, I mean, you are like a blank page. I can see in you a blank page, so that is that I can teach anything. You are ready to learn. I remember that you could see in me. So in that acceptation of being a blank page, I wanted to absorb as much as lots of your teaching. And also I remember I was also very interesting in the correction you were giving to others, because even if it was not my body, because you are very perfect teaching exactly where the hastas has to be, according to which body should associate the hastas to the sahityam and everything. And I was learning, I knew I should not imitate another student where you correct, but I wanted to understand why you were correcting like that. So for me, it was so much things I wanted to absorb from your teaching, your remark, everything. So coming to your question, Malyada, because I'm talkative, I want to talk so much good things about all my experience with you, family, Akaji, teaching. Of course, Malyada, I remember Aka was seeing my face becoming so sad when I used to see students. I can't say they were coming. I mean the children. I can't say they were coming just like this. I don't want to say like that. But for me, as you say, Malyada, it was so much effort for us foreigners to come, visa and trying to postpone the visa, fear of not having visa, money and everything. That I felt, my God, these children, these teenage, these seniors are so lucky to have everything there in this institution. And I felt so sad inside myself, not angry about others, that sometimes they were, okay, I have class and I go. You understand my point?
Yes.
I wanted also them to be so graspy about whatever Aka could teach, so graspy about how many opportunities to learn, to practice in this institution, which is not so easy to have full time there. So Aka was watching me, because I remember I was sitting next to you, Aka, when you were teaching the evening class, and I loved this time of observing how you were teaching, how you were correcting, encouraging. I mean, really, I tried to understand everything. And you were telling me, Martin, don't put that face like that. And I said, oh, sorry, Aka, I'm thinking and I feel sad. No, don't you feel sad like that. Their time will come when they will realize. You remember Aka telling me so many times, they have
Yes,
to
yes.
realize by themselves. And I felt, but Aka, they are so lucky to do the steps every day. Why can't they? And they were telling me, don't worry, let them realize. Even about you, Aditya Kuti. Aka was telling you, your mother, let him realize, he will understand, you will understand. So that is the time I enjoy very much, to see the children growing in this art, the growing with the Balaka, not only as a guru, as a mother, as a sister for others. I remember also my very good time with Roxanne, which I love very much also. All this time, all this blend was very, very nice. And maybe I couldn't express enough my difficulties, of course, because I wanted to not to be different than you. I wanted to be like you. But I knew I was learning slower because of language. I knew I have to do all this intricacy in my mind, how to remember. But I enjoy very much, and I enjoy a lot how we were laughing all together. With Malyada, sister, you are like my sister, we were laughing. I don't know whether I can tell all the anecdotes, even with you, Akaji, of course. Oh, yes, I want to tell something. I don't know how much time we have, but I want to also to tell how Akaji, Akagaru, the fact that when we were in pose in the dance class, you were telling us how Master G, Master Garu taught item, compose item on you. And for me, it was such a historical, nourishing, because for me, it was always strange in the academy because people were hardly speaking to me. Master Garu was not explaining. And with you, suddenly, everything could come into an order, could come into some explanation, some how the Shivashtakam came, and how he was calling you in the night to compose on you, how you were telling Master G, this raga is very nice, maybe this it can be, and Master was listening to you, you were telling me I was doing my best to make Master in a good mind to compose. And these sentences are still in me. All this, for me, it was also lessons for me, how to feel good, how to make Master having everything good to compose, free mind, peaceful mind. And you were telling us this, and you were also telling us some episodes of Master when you were going to the train for drama. For me, it was historical, but very interesting. Like Master Garu forgetting going into the stage for doing the character, and you were telling Master Garu, you have to enter, and Master Garu was saying Takadimi, Takajunu, and you were telling Master Garu, please enter the stage. So all these stories, Akaji, you also give it to share with us, and for me it was another food which was very important, very nice for me, very, very, very nice.
ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక విషయం చెప్పాలి మార్టినా గురించి. ఇప్పుడు ఆ నేర్చుకోవడానికి అంత కష్టం చెప్తున్నాను. ఈ అమ్మాయి దీని చేత సర్టిఫికేట్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పంపించినప్పుడు ఎంత అద్భుతం జరిగిందంటే, అక్కడ ఎగ్జామినర్ గా వచ్చిన కూచిపూడి నుంచి వచ్చిన ఎగ్జామినర్ మాస్టర్స్ కి దీని థియరీ నోట్ చూపించింది. ఆ థియరీ నోట్ లో ఏ గాడ్ గురించి అదే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గణేశుడిది అయితే ఒక గణేశుడు ఫోటో, దాని కింద ఈ శ్లోకం సంస్కృతంలో, దాని కింద తెలుగులో, ఆ తర్వాత తను డాన్స్ ఏ విధంగా చేసింది, ఆ ఐటెం ఎవరు రాసింది, ఆ మ్యూజిక్ ఏంటో, తాళం ఏంటి, ఇంత అద్భుతంగా ఇంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్ నేను తీసుకెళ్ళడమో, నేను ఎగ్జామినర్ గా వెళ్ళి చూడడమో జరిగినా కూడా ఇప్పటి వరకు కూడా ఇంకా ఎవరితోనూ నేను ఈ అమ్మాయి ప్రిపేర్ చేసినట్టు చూడలేదు. అంత అద్భుతంగా తను సంస్కృతంలో, తెలుగులో, తను హిందీ కూడా నేర్చుకుంది, తెలుగు కూడా నేర్చుకుంది. ఇంత పట్టుదల ఉంటే నువ్వు ఒకలాగా, ఇప్పుడు మనం అంటే అర్థం చేసుకునే దగ్గర తీసి చెప్ప, మిగతా వాళ్ళు అలా చెప్పరు కదా, కానీ అవన్నీ కూడా తను బేర్ చేసి ఆ లాంగ్వేజెస్ అది నేర్చుకోవడానికి వెరీ ఎక్సలెంట్ Martin.
My God, you remember all these things? I even didn't remember so much. Oh my God, that is, I needed all these pictures, all this. It was my, you understand, my home. Yes, you're right, Akka. I was trying to find the pictures, and yes, you're right. Oh my God, thanks. I didn't even remember. It was such a pleasure for me to do that.
Thank you
Oh
so
my
much,
God.
Martina, for that nostalgic experiences that you have shared.
Yes.
Even we became very emotional. Me and Aditya, we went like we traveled 15 years back or 17,
Yes.
18 years back, and we were just
Yeah.
remembering those. Thank you so much, Balaka, for getting back all those memories. And I mean, I really don't want to stop this discussion, but because we have a time frame to follow, we have to forcefully stop this. But still, this, I think, this nostalgia will continue for the next coming few days, and it will be always with us.
So really, younger generation, they are very lucky to have our school. I want also to be ready to give any service to Kuchipudi Kalakandram, to you, to my family, my Indian family, to you all. And really, this young generation who are learning with you now, I am anytime I am watching the new composition, they should enjoy, they should appreciate. The school is blossoming like anything. I'm so happy, even if I'm far from you physically. In my heart, I am always with you, always. And if I can do anything, I will be always ready to do. I'm just jealous not to be able to be with you at least once a year. I would love so much to again take some food, not only chapatis, but also the dance food. And from you all, your smile, Malyada, I remember how much we loved together, my God, with Aditya Kuti, how many things we did together also.
Martina, it's been long time that you were coming to India because of your life in France, but you said that many of your friends have helped you to put all this information together. If you would like to tell us their names, who were also a part of this episode indirectly, we would be very happy and grateful.
Okay. Yes, I would always remember, I mean, speaking more about, except you people, of course, my sisters and brother of Aka's institution. I would like to thanks also my sister Roxanne, American sister, because she's always close to me, even in this hard time we are sharing between our countries, what is very hard actually, but she's always close to me. So I'm very glad I could meet Roxanne in your house, Akka, in the academy, because I know how much love she has for you as well. I would like also to thank my beloved friend Arpana, that Akka, you heard a lot about her, who was with me in the Kuchipudi Art Academy in Chennai, and who is living in India, is very good scholar. She's a Sanskrit scholar. She can read and speak 3 languages. She can speak 4 Indian languages as well, reading and writing 3 languages. And to prepare this interview, because I am always in my job now in the French atmosphere, she helped me to recollect also all our good memories in India, including with Balaka. And I know she loves you, Balaka, very, very much as well. So I want also to thank my friend Arpana. She's still living in India and she loves India like anything. And thank you all of you, of course. I'm so happy. I can't even have a name for that, to have invited me for this Kuchipudi Amritham. Thank you a lot, Balaka, forever.
That's very nice, Martin. Very, very
No,
nice.
it's never enough. Malyada, of course, you could understand me so well while leading this interview. Aditya, of course, my beloved Aditya also as well. Sri Hari,
Weather is ours,
you
Akka.
could understand me so much. Everybody there in your house. And I want also just to, now I can tell, thanks all the mothers, children, which I could meet through you, Balaka, in your institution. All the Kuchipudi masters that could give me some food each time they could, material and immaterial food, spiritual food. And please, even if I am in France now, I want also to give my thanks, beloved thanks to Andhra Pradesh, my state also, to my Bhumi Devi, to my Mother India. Please, I want to give my namaskaram to Mother India, my Andhra Pradesh, you, Balaka, my beloved guru.
Thank you so much, Martina. Much obliged to hear your message. We would like to hear the formal vote of thanks from Aditya.
That was a wonderful session, Martina. Recollecting so many memories
Yeah.
from so many places. We wholeheartedly thank you once again for coming to our international Kuchipudi Amritham talk show. Thank you.
The emotion that she has when she's talking about Mother India, she's just remembering the soil, she's remembering the air, and she's telling the state belongs to me. Shall we question ourselves, how many times did we think about the mother soil? This is the love that these people have for our country, which sometimes we ourselves forget. As said by Martina, it is a spiritual journey. Dance is not a profession, but a spiritual journey, which is going deep inside to understand something which is at the highest reality or the highest truth. Many of us think how many number of items we have learned, how many number of programs we have done. But how many times did we ever think how much of philosophy did we understand in every item? How much that really got into our blood, our bones, and our soul? I think we should start questioning ourselves every time we perform an item, every time we learn an item, or rather every time leading one line from a book that has come from the sacred scriptures that is born in this soil. Souls like Martina really teach us about India, which is amazing and incredible. Martina, thank you so much for being a part of this Amritham. And thank you so much for keeping the Madholikha in you always alive to inspire all of us and the younger generations. You are truly an Amritham, and you're truly a treasure to the Kuchipudi Kalaa Kendram. And we want to see you here very, very soon. Thank you so much, Balaka, for making this happen. And thank you so much from the entire team of Kuchipudi Amritham, me, Aditya, Srihari, and all of us who are there for making this Kuchipudi Amritham under the able guidance of Balaka. Until all of us meet in our next episode with yet another wonderful guest, please stay safe and take care of yourselves. Keep unlearning, relearning, and learning. And do not forget your roots. Namaskaram. Kuchipudi Amritham. Kuchipudi Nizanga Amritham.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.